Hi, it's Alissa. Let's start today at the top of the mat. Bring your feet hips distance apart, root down through all four corners of the feet. Gaze forward. Let's spend a little time engaging the lower body, preparing the hips and hamstrings for the splits. Reach out to come up and bring the hands to heart center. Step your right foot back as you reach for the sky, coming to a high lunge. Then step forward and step back with the left foot. We're going to repeat this 10 times. Making sure the front knee is stacked above the ankle, you're on the toes of the back foot, and your hips are squared toward the front of the mat. We have 5 more left. Inhale forward, exhale step back. 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 Stay here in your high lunge. Bring your hands to heart center. We're going to drop the knee down, almost touching the earth, then straighten the leg. Let's do this 5 times. Each time you lower the knee down, feel the engagement in your hamstrings, the quads, and the glutes. Just a couple more. And return to your lunge. Let's spend a few moments in this position, squaring the hips, trying your best to straighten the back leg, feeling sensation in the left hip. Keep the legs scissoring in towards one another. When you're ready, step forward to the front of your mat. Bring your feet wider than hips distance apart. Reach for the sky and fold over the thighs, coming to a standing forward bend. Inhale, rise up halfway. Exhale, fold. If it feels good, you can take a hold of opposite elbows. Let the crown of the head reach for the earth. It's very important to warm up the hamstrings well before attempting the splits, so we're going to spend a few moments in this pose because it's really great for opening up the hamstrings. On an inhale, rise up tall to standing, bring your hands to heart center. Turn your toes out. We're going to do 5 Malasana squats. Sweep the hands out and up, then sink down low into your squat. Return to standing. Back to the squat. Inhale to standing. Exhale, squat down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Let's sit here for a moment. Press the elbows into the knees, opening the hips. Spine long. Listen to the breath. Bring your hands to the mat inside the knees and step the left foot back, coming to lizard pose. Gaze forward, spine long. You can drop your knee down to the ground. You can stay here, or if you want a deeper stretch, you can lower down to your forearms. Listen to the breath. This pose is excellent for stretching the hips, the hamstrings, and the quadriceps. Keep breathing. When you're ready, rise up, reach back with the right hand and take a hold of the left foot. Turn the thumb down, drop the right shoulder down so your body is square to the front of the mat. If you'd like, you can draw the foot in closer to the bottom. You should feel a really nice stretch in the quadricep. Take a big inhale in and let it out. Release. Bring the hands to frame the foot. Heel toe your foot in a bit and straighten the knee as you shift the hips back so they're stacked above the back knee. Hands under the shoulders. Half splits. Flex the front foot. Engage the quadricep. Slowly shift forward. Interlace the fingers and place the hands on top of the knee, coming to a low lunge. Knee over the ankle, spine long, sink into the hips. On an inhale, straighten the arms, drawing the thigh bone away from the hips. Exhale, sink down. Inhale, creating space. Exhale, sink down into the hips. Inhale up. Exhale, sink down. Place your hands under the shoulders, shift the hips back, half splits. Inhale halfway up, exhale, fold over the thigh. Inhale halfway up, exhale, fold. Make sure that foot's flexed. Inhale halfway up, exhale, fold over the thigh. Let's make our first splits attempt. Slowly inch your right leg forward, the left leg back, tucking the toes to help keep the hips squared. Lower down as far as you can. If you need a block, you can place it under the front thigh. It's okay if you're not all the way down in your splits yet. Just make sure you feel sensation, but no pain. If you're not all the way in the splits, keep the back toes tucked. This will help keep the hips squared. The best way to get your splits is to spend some time in them, so that's what we're going to do. Make sure you're breathing deeply. If your back toes are untucked, tuck them and gently drag your front foot back, returning to half splits. Then bend the right knee, place the hands down and step up to the front edge of the mat, coming to a standing forward bend. Rise up halfway and fold over the thighs. On an inhale, rise up to standing, bringing hands to heart center. Now we're going to repeat the whole sequence on the other side. Carefully step back with the left foot, coming to a high lunge, hands to the sky. Step forward and switch legs. Again, make sure that your front knee is stacked above the ankle, your core is engaged, and your spine is long. Just keep alternating legs. We're about halfway there. keep breathing. Hold your lunge. Bring your hands to heart center. From here, we're going to lower the knee towards the earth 5 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Return to your lunge. Keep the hips squared. Do your best to keep the back leg straight. Draw the ribs and navel in. Listen to the breath. When you're ready, step forward to the front of your mat. Bring your feet wider than hips distance apart. Reach for the sky and dive down, standing forward bend. Lift up halfway and fold over the thighs. If you'd like, you can take a hold of opposite elbows. Let the head hang. Feel the nice stretch in the hamstrings. On an inhale, rise tall to standing and bring your hands to heart center. Turn the toes out. We're going to do 5 more Malasana squats. Sink down low, opening the hips, then rise up tall. Keep it going. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Just sit here for a moment. Remember to press the elbows into the knees, opening the hips. Listen to the breath. Place your hands on the mat inside the knees and step your right foot back, coming to your lizard pose. Gaze forward, spine long. You can drop the right knee down to the mat. Again, you can stay here or you can lower down to your forearms. Let's just hang out in this position for a few moments. Really feeling the nice stretch in the hips, the hamstrings, and the quadriceps. Remember to breathe. When you're ready, rise up, reach back with your left hand and take a hold of the right foot. Turn the thumb down, drop the left shoulder down so your body is squared to the front of the mat. Feel that nice stretch in the quad. If you'd like, you can draw the foot in closer to the bottom for a deeper stretch. Keep the spine long. Just breathe. Release. Bring your hands to frame the foot. Heel toe your foot in. Straighten the knee as you shift the hips back so they're stacked above the back knee. Hands under the shoulders, half splits. Remember to keep the foot flexed. Engage the quadricep. Slowly shift forward, interlace the fingers and place the hands just above the knee, coming to a low lunge. Inhale, lift up, navel into the spine. Exhale, sink into the hips. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, sink down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Take a moment. Really enjoy this stretch. When you're ready, place your hands under your shoulders. Shift the hips back again for half splits. Inhale to a long spine. Exhale, fold over the thigh. Inhale up. Exhale, fold. One more time. Inhale, lift up halfway. Exhale, fold over the thigh. Let's try our splits again. Very gently slide your left foot forward, the right foot back, tucking the back toes under, and very carefully lower down as far as you comfortably can into your splits. If you're all the way in your splits, you can untuck the toes. Again, if you'd like to use a block, remember you can place it under your front thigh. Let's spend a moment in this pose. Keep your spine long. Gaze forward. Remember to breathe deeply. If your toes are untucked, tuck them and gently drag your front foot back, returning to half splits. Bend the left knee, place the hands down, and step up to the front edge of your mat. Lift up halfway and fold over the thighs. Inhale, rise tall to standing. Exhale, bring your hands to heart center. Sweep your hands out to come up as you reach for the sky. Hinge at the hips as you come to a standing forward bend. Lift up halfway. Place your hands down, hop back, plank pose. Shift forward on your toes, lower down chaturanga, upward facing dog. Hips up and back, downward facing dog. Root your left foot into the mat and raise your right foot high to the sky, three-leg dog. Pulse the leg 10 times. Inhale, curl the knee into the chest and step the right foot in between your hands. Sweep your hands to the sky, coming to a low lunge. Sink into the hips. Slowly shift back, coming to half splits. Keep that foot flexed and the quadricep engaged. Let's try the splits again. Slide the right foot forward, the left foot back, first tucking the back toes under. If you're all the way down, you can untuck the toes. Keep your spine long. Breathe deeply. It doesn't really matter how far down you are in your splits. What matters is if you're feeling sensation in the hips and the hamstrings. With consistent practice, you'll get there. Breathe deeply. If your toes are untucked, tuck them under and shift the hips back to your half splits. Place the hands in front of you and step forward to the front of your mat. Lift up halfway and fold over the thighs. Inhale, rise up to standing. Exhale, hands to heart center. Sweep your hands out to come up as you reach for the sky. Hinge at the hips, coming to a standing forward bend. Lift up halfway. Place your hands down, hop back, plank pose. Shift forward on your toes. Lower down, chaturanga. Upward facing dog. Take the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Root your right foot into the mat and raise your left foot high to the sky, three-legged dog. Pulse the leg up and down 10 times. Inhale, curl the knee into the chest and step the left foot in between your hands. Sweep your hands to the sky, low lunge. Gaze forward. Feel the legs scissoring in towards each other. Slowly shift the hips back, coming to your half splits, remembering to flex the foot, keeping the spine long. Let's try our splits one last time today. Slide your left foot forward, the right foot back. Carefully lower down as far as you comfortably can into your splits. Sit tall. Make sure your hips are squared. Just breathe. If you really want to get your full splits, I highly recommend doing this routine at least a few times a week. The more you practice, the more flexible you will become. When you're ready, tuck the back toes under, shift the hips back, half splits, then come to all fours. Walk your hands forward and gently lower your chest towards the earth. Knees under hips, hips high. You can bring your forehead or chin to rest on the mat, puppy pose. Spend a few moments here, enjoying this nice calming pose. From here, slowly drag your hands back to your sides as you lower the hips down, coming to child's pose. This is our final pose for today. Feel the nice relief in the legs after all the intense stretches we've done today. Listen to your heart beat. Feel the breath slow down. When you're ready, rise up, come to a comfortable seat. I'd like to thank you for practicing with me today. Be well.